Most people think that you have to choose. Either you train for endurance or you stay strong. But I personally don't buy that. I'm training to be strong, capable, and athletic all at once. I'm training like a hybrid athlete without giving up strength. And in this video, I'll show you exactly how I structure my weekly training sessions: swimming, running, recovery, and gym. So I'm not an elite marathon runner nor a professional bodybuilder. I'm just training to be dangerous in multiple domains. If you lift weights, if you care about muscle growth, running long distances and swimming long distances, and you want to learn how to do this better, then this video is for you. Let's get straight into it. This is how I structure my typical training week. Strength is the foundation. Most of my training sessions are at the gym and are aimed to increase my muscle mass and density. Endurance supports recovery and longevity. I add endurance sessions both in swimming and running in order to have a cardiovascular stimulus. High intensity days are separated. I rest from muscle building sessions with cardio endurance sessions. Legs are trained before long runs in order to avoid improperly training them because of post-run pain. Recovery is programmed, it's not accidental. So first day of the week, Monday, it's a pull session at the gym. I start off with a 3x3 explosive pull-up. This means pulling the bar as hard as I can against my chest. This exercise is really aimed to improve my explosiveness in order to achieve a cleaner muscle up. Second exercise, 3x4 pull-ups back off with 10 kilos, which basically is a normal pull-up with a 3-second descent like this. And this exercise is aimed at improving my form with heavy weights and with my lats and delts already tired. Then I have regular bodyweights pull-ups, and I do them to finish off the pull-up section in order to maintain proper form while tired. Then I have a 3x12 pulley, regular bodybuilding exercise, a bit of hypertrophy training to squeeze my lats as hard as possible and be sure I'm pumping blood into the muscle tissue. I finish off back with hyperextensions. I think it's fundamental to work on lower back, both because it's an aesthetic muscle and because its usefulness is extremely underestimated. In fact, this muscle protects and gives structure to our back when we are running or walking. It makes us able to squat and sit down. So please guys, remember to work on your lower back because it's really underestimated. Then I finish off my pull day with biceps. I do regular dumbbell curls, both hammer and normal, which I did not record, but I did them. And then I finish off with the exercise you're seeing right now, which honestly I don't even know how it's called. It's just a curl on the TRX. This exercise is great to contract as hard as possible all the fibers in your muscles, and it gives you a great pump. Tuesday, the second day, is push. So I start off with a big compound movement for shoulders, chest, and triceps, which is dips. I do 3 sets for 5 reps. And the video you're hearing right now was the second set. I did them with 20 kilos. And in general, dips, I think they're a great exercise for triceps, delts, chest. I really recommend them. Then I go on with some flat dumbbell bench press, which is a great exercise for density and volume. It gives a good chest pump and allows to feel the stretch at the bottom. And notice how I go deep with my range of motion. Instead of just parallel to the ground, I try to go as deep as possible. And this allows to stretch the fibers and grow the muscle even bigger. Then I go on with some regular crosses at the cable, which I did not record, but once again, good exercise for muscle-mind connection. And then I go on with some lateral raises and cable pushdowns. Wednesday is the third day of the week, which unfortunately I was not allowed to record. I go swimming, so I wanted to record, but they told me I could not. So unfortunately I didn't. However, I started swimming again because of joint and articular conditioning. So bodybuilding and running really compresses your spine and your articulations, while swimming both develops your endurance and allows you to stretch your muscles and your joints. So after having compressed for years my backbone and all the articulations in my body, swimming really can only help. It develops endurance, and most importantly, it allows you to actively recover in your joints. So really easy. Usually go in the swimming pool and swim straight for 1 hour. Of course, sometimes I stop to drink, but my aim is to swim as many kilometers as possible, and that's literally all I do. So, healthy way to work on hip and shoulder articulation.
So just came back home from my swimming session, and as I often say in my videos, it's fundamental to eat properly, to have a clean diet which provides enough energy. So I often talk about the aspect of undereating, which is crucial, so you should avoid undereating. And I want to share with you guys what my typical dinner after swimming is.
So in here I have 200 grams of rice, 150 of Greek yogurt, couple of tomatoes, 2 eggs, and some dates. On Wednesday then, I'm back at the gym, and it's leg day finally. I start off with squats, but my form is quite particular. I have a 3-second descent, 3-second stop at the bottom, and 3-second ascent. Why am I doing squats like this? Well, this increases time under tension and allows me to really feel the contraction in my legs, especially my quads and my glutes. I give time to my body to fill up the quads with blood, and after reaching failure with this form, I go on for a couple of reps with regular form. Then I have 3 sets of classic RDLs. Actually, I'm standing up on a 15 kilo plate, so I have probably 5 centimeters more of range of motion, which allows me to stretch even more my hamstring. And the most important thing when performing this exercise is concentrating on not keeping your legs totally straight, otherwise you'll probably injure yourself, but slightly bending your knee and activating your scapulas like this, so that when you're pulling the barbell up, you can really close your eyes and feel the mind-muscle connection with your hamstrings and your glutes. And this exercise is great. It's really a good compound for your lower back, for your lats, and for the posterior chain of your legs and your body in general. Then I go on with some box step-ups. So this exercise is a bit funny or a bit strange. I don't know how you can consider it, but I think it's great. So basically grab 20 kilos and 20 kilos, so total 40. Put a foot on top of the box, 10 reps, down, the other leg, 10 reps. So this exercise is basically like climbing up the stairs, apart from the fact I'm having 40 kilos in my hands and I have a larger range of motion. So this exercise really helps me develop my explosiveness, especially when going up, which I believe it's a great movement to develop the vertical component of running. Then I finished off with 2 sets of 30 seconds box jumps, in which I just jump on top of the box for 30 seconds. Friday is upper body day, so I train both my back, my chest, my arms, a bit of everything to finish off the week. Start off with pull-ups to the forehead, 3 sets for 3 reps at 15 kilos. And this really allows me to work on heavy weights. Then I have a 4x5 regular lightweight pull-up. Then I have 3 sets of dips for body weight maximum reps, which is around 15. Incline dumbbell bench press. And 2 sets of maximum push-ups to failure. Saturday, one of the most important days in my training schedule, is active recovery day. So I try to take about 30 minutes of my time to dedicate to stretching and making sure I'm recovering properly. So I just finished an intense week of training, and the day after, Sunday, I'm supposed to run a half marathon. So it's fundamental for me, and especially for my tendons, to be prepared for this fatigue. And the best way to recover, in my opinion, is to actively stretch. So it makes you feel rested, relaxed and really helps you, even psychologically, to tackle physical challenges better. Sunday, the last day of the week, I finish off with a nice, long and easy long run. It took me a bit less than 2 hours, so nothing crazy. My pace was quite slow, but I didn't really care about time. I just wanted to put some kilometers on my legs and get the engine going.
Last training session of the week. It's Sunday, currently at 13 kilometers out of 21. So we're doing a nice and easy half marathon, just focusing on getting the miles in, the compounding time on my legs, so we get used to the long-term joint and muscle stress. Nice day for running, nice way to finish off the week. 2 kilometers left to the half marathon. Actually a bit harder than I expected, simply because I have no water with me. So 2 hours of running non-stop with no water and no food, quite tiring. But still, I'm happy the week has finished off good. Feel energized, good training sessions, good mood.
So, as you guys have seen from this video, I don't go to failure every training session, simply because I need to be fresh for the next day. And this doesn't mean training like a pussy, it just means training hard with intensity, but also with intelligence, knowing that I must be fresh and rested in order to be able to perform the day after. Most of my endurance work is in zone 2 training session, so I try to aim for long endurance sessions, which actually test my mental toughness and my endurance, rather than short, high-intensity cardio workouts. I also eat a lot, as you've seen from my post-swimming meal. I try to stay high both in carbs and protein in order to maintain a proper body composition. I also try to maintain great quality of ingredients, and in general just try to eat as clean as possible. And I'm currently around 3,500 calories. And let me know in the comments if you want to see another full day of eating updated to my new training schedule. Another extremely important aspect of my training week, which is often underlooked, is my sleeping schedule. And I take it very, very seriously. So everyone says, and we've heard it many times in our lives, that we should aim to 8 hours of sleep per night, which absolutely, it's true. But one aspect most people don't talk about is that our sleep efficiency is not 100%. So people often mistake sleeping hours with bed hours. Since our sleep efficiency is not 100%, staying in bed 8 hours does not mean we are sleeping 8 hours. In fact, since I know I should personally aim for 8 hours of sleep, I also know that I probably should stay in bed at least 8.5 hours, better if 9. My experience in my life has taught me that if I stay in bed 8 hours in the morning, I'll wake up without feeling rested. So for sure, I will not be able to perform better the next day. In fact, I always try to stay in bed at least 9 hours, and I think this is optimal for me. Now, this might be different for you. You might not have enough time to do this, whatever excuse you might have, or maybe you simply find that 7 hours are enough for you. Well, great, I'm happy for you. But this is not my case, and I've personally found out that I've got to sleep 9 hours to feel rested. So guys, try to sleep more. And this does not mean going to bed super late and waking up late, feeling lazy without wanting to do anything. Just means go to sleep early, wake up early. That's it, and make sure to get enough hours of sleep in every night. What I really want you guys to take from this video is that you don't have to choose between strength and endurance. It's not an A or B option. You can do both at the same time. You don't have to choose between looks and health. You can do both at the same time. And you can achieve this simply by training intelligently. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like and see you in the next video.